Hello everyone, Hector Mendoza here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect two computers together. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to share folders. You can share either a hard drive, a folder, or even just a document. So let me show you what we have to do. Now, this video is going to have a lot of different things on it. So I'm going to go to the basics. A lot of times your computer might already be set accordingly. So, but the first thing I'll show you is the basic stuff that you have to have. If you can connect, as we go on, if you can connect, then you can stop the video. So the first thing we need to do, we need to ensure that both computers are using the same network. So if you look to my bottom right hand corner, when I hover around my internet access, it shows the actual network that I'm using. If I left click on that icon and then I left click on this right arrow, it shows me that I'm connected to this network. If I click on this circle with an eye on it, it's going to take me to properties. So now you'll notice it took you to settings, network and internet, and specifically this is what I wanted to go over. Your computer has to be in a private network. It cannot be on a public network. It has to be on a private network. So that's the first thing that we want to make sure. The next thing we want to keep in mind is that when a computer is first initialized, or let's say you're setting up your computer, formatting it, whatever, typically it assigns a random name based on default naming convention. For instance, it's probably going to be like a 15 character name. Sometimes it might use the name of organization, it might use part of your email, part of your username. It randomly just picks a name. So the easiest way to keep up with this is to rename your computer. And I'll always rename my computers at the beginning of my installations. So let me show you how to do that. So the first thing you want to do is go to your system settings. Two ways. The easiest way is just hitting the hitting the Windows and the I. Or for those of y'all that don't like commands, you would left click here on your start. You would just click on settings. So you would go to system. You go all the way down until you see about. You're gonna click on rename your rename this PC. Remember, make sure that it's under the system here. Okay, you go all the way down, about. You're gonna click on rename this PC. Right now it's set for Hector 2. So we are gonna look, before we even start renaming this computer, we're gonna have to restart the computer. So let me show you a quick trick. So let's cancel. Now you're gonna have to be going back and forth into this video, especially if your computer's not set up so that it can communicate with other computers in your organization. So for those of y'all that are not real good on the computer, let me show you some quick tricks. Okay, So let's say you're watching this video, which is the video that you're presently watching. Uh, there's time that you can go back and forth. Before you restart the machine, make sure that you look at the time of this video. For instance, 7 minutes and 37 seconds, because you don't want to have to replay everything and start all over again. Once you relaunch this video, you want to go straight to where we were after you restarted the machine, or before. Okay, so let's say you're at the 7 minute mark. Now, one thing you want to do is, you see this link right here, you can make a shortcut of this so that you can go right back to it. So I'm going to move this over to the right a little bit. When I highlight, if you double click, it'll highlight that whole address. You can left click while it's highlighted, move it to your desktop. Now I'm going to close this so you can see what I'm talking about. If I double click on that icon that I just created, it's actually a link. It's going to go right to that video. Okay, so then you would go to that mark. Let's say the 7 minute mark. That way you don't have to go back and forth, and you'll have that link, because you might have to start your computer 2 or 3 times. All right, now, so let's go ahead and change that system setting, or your the name of your computer. So I'm going to hit Control I, or Windows I. I'm going to go to System. I'm going to go all the way down. Go all the way down. About. I'm going to click on Rename. Now here, so look what it says. You can use a combination of letters, hyphens, and numbers. It doesn't say nothing about spaces, right? So if I go in here and type Hector computer, it's going to give me an error message because there's a space in there. All I want to do now, you can change it here. So this time I'm just going to type Hector. I'm taking out the 2. I'm going to hit Next, and it's going to ask you to restart the machine. So we're going to go ahead and do that. That way, get that part out of the way. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some changes in the network and internet settings. So again, we're going to go back to settings. We're going to hit Control I. Oh, excuse me, Windows I. I don't know why I keep on doing that. We're going to go under the network and internet. We're going to go to Advanced Settings. We're going to go to More Settings, and we're going to click on Advanced Sharing Settings. Now, anything I do to this computer, you want to do to the other computer, okay, so that you can both communicate back and forth. Now, we're going to go to Advanced Settings, and I need to make sure that Network Discovery is on, Find and Printer Sharing is on. We want to go to all networks, and make sure that the public folder sharing is on. This password protected sharing, for right now, I would put it off until you get this going. Then you can go ahead and turn it back on, because this might give you a little problems, because you're going to have to know a bunch of different passwords. especially if you have computers that are sharing, let's say, Microsoft Word, and the computer actually kind of takes over some of your system settings. So you would have to know the password to get into Microsoft. But for right now, I suggest let's go ahead and turn it off. You can go ahead and turn it on. This is only going to affect for people that are on your network. So right now, it's not that big of a deal. So for right now, let's go ahead and make those changes. Now, under public network, I have mine turned off. On the network discovery, file and printer sharing, I have those turned off. That way, uh, you know, well, first of all, we're not even using the public network, but I leave that thing off for right now. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to share a folder, file, or your C drive or D drive or whatever you want to share in your system. So now, the easiest way from anywhere in your computer to get to your Explorer is by hitting the Windows I, and that'll get you. Oh, excuse me. Now we don't want to go to your system. Let's go to your Explorer. Windows E. Okay. So um, I have a folder that I want my wife to look at all the time, because she's going to put files there. I'm going to put files there, and we're both going to communicate with this one folder. So if I right click, I go to properties, then I go to sharing, then I go to advanced sharing. Right now it's being shared, so yours is going to look like this. Okay, so you're going to click on sharing. There's going to be a default, I think it's like 20 or 25. So you're going to see a number right here. You want to change it to how many people are going to be in your organization. In my case, I have 3 computers that I currently have here. So I'm just going to pick 3. You can keep the 25. It just, I like to keep my stuff. I don't want somebody accessing my computer by accident or something. So I want to make sure that I keep that to a limit. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to permissions. You want to make sure that you pick either a group, a specific person, or everyone in your organization. If you trust everybody in your organization, then you're going to keep everybody. Now, you might want to have specific people, and you don't want everybody linking into your computer. So there's a lot of ways to doing this. First, let's go to add. Then you know, if you knew the person's link address, for instance, it would be like // HECTOR / let's say insurance space folder, and that would link to that folder. Okay, you could go to locations, and you see there's Hector. You might have a bunch of people there. You know, there might be 20 people, so you could select the ones that you want. You can go in there, you can check names. Right now, I didn't select anything, so we're gonna, um, for right now, we're gonna leave that alone. So let's go. I'm gonna cancel out of here. So remember, what you want to do is give a particular person or everybody permissions. On that particular folder, you can allow for people only to read your folder, You can have them make changes to that folder. So let's say somebody wants to put something in that folder, you know, they would have to have that permission. Because if you have read only, they can only get stuff that's out of there and copy it to their hard drive, but they can't put nothing back in it. Or you can give them full control. So that's going to be up to you. Once you give those permissions, you're going to hit apply. You're going to hit OK. You're going to apply again, and you're going to hit OK. Now you're going to close this. So basically, I shared this one folder. So for some of y'all, that's all you're going to have to do. So let me show you what we've basically done. On my wife's computer, I created a folder called For Hector Mendoza. Okay, and to get to that folder, you know, we would have to go to, let's say, Windows E, which is going to be Explorer. You probably have a shortcut in your desktop, or I don't know how y'all get to your Explorer, but that's how I get to mine. If you go down, you're going to see network. Remember, both of y'all have to be in the same network. So if I click on network, see, I hit that arrow down, I see Elizabeth, and then I could double click on Elizabeth, and it would show me the folders that she's shared. Now, I'm going to double click on that folder. Remember, it's on her hard drive. Now, while we have that hard drive open, I'm going to temporarily move some things over from her computer. So watch, I'm on her computer, and I'm just going to move 2 files over to that folder. Now, here they are. I could double click this and um, and make changes to them. I could actually delete it from here where it's not in her computer no more. For instance, see, I can go right in here. I really don't need that. I'm going to hit delete, and then are you sure you want to permanently delete this file? You're going to hit OK. Now, when I go into her computer, that file is no longer there. So when you're giving people permission, be careful what kind of permissions you're giving them. Okay. Now, while we're looking at her folder, you can see that I'm going to go in her computer. I'm going to go and move it out to her desktop, and now you don't no longer have access to it. So she has access to my folder, my insurance folder. Okay, so if I hit Windows E to go back to my Explorer, I'm gonna double click on my insurance folder. So I'm gonna go into her computer. I'm gonna go to the insurance folder link that she has. So I just link into it. Let me go to date modified, and I am gonna move this file over to that insurance folder. Right now it's copying. So in a few minutes, I want to make sure I hit modify. That way it brings the last video, and it's 73, 79, 93, 100%. So I'm going to hit Control R will refresh this window, and there it is. So 08 Windows XS, yeah. So date modified. So that is the folder. Excuse me. That's the file I copied over. Now, now it's on my computer, so she can delete it or she can keep it there. So I'm gonna, on her computer, I'm gonna click on it. and I'm going to delete it because I really don't need that file. You see, it changed my computer too. Okay, so that's how you can link to each other. For those of you that could not link, I'm going to show you some problems that you might have to change on your computer. So I made some changes on this computer that you're looking at. But when I try to access this computer from my wife's computer, I'm going to get this message. Or actually, I'm getting this message. You can't access this shared folder because your organization security policies block unauthorized guest access. This policies help protect your PC, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so when you see this, that's because either you haven't changed or you accidentally change what I'm about to show you. Now, that doesn't have anything to do with the computer that I'm on. Even though I made changes to this computer, I can still access her computer because those changes prevent other people from connecting to you, not you connecting to other people. So you're not going to need these changes on all the computers, but I need them on both because I need to be able to go back and forth. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to go to um, Windows. No. Here on this one here, we're going to have to go to Run. And the way you go to Run is if you click here and you type RUN, you see this Run System, right? Or you can just hit Windows R and that gets you to the same place. So this is what I want you to type in the open. You need to type gpedit.msc and then you hit OK. You see this column here? If you go right in the middle of it, you see those two arrows up and down. You can expand this to the right, and you're going to have to do that so you can see all of this once you start expanding. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to administrative templates. We're going to click on this arrow. Then the next thing I need for you to do is expand network. Right here, you're going to expand it. Then you're going to select landman workstation. Okay. If you notice, I had went in and let me see, enable. Okay, so one thing we got to on the other computer, I changed that to disable. Okay, so I tell you what, let me go to the other computer and I'm going to record what I'm going to do to the other computer. So give me a second. Now I'm on the other computer. So we're going to make a couple of changes. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Windows R, which takes you to Run. And I want to type gpedit.msc. And I'm going to hit enter. It can be caps or lowercase. It doesn't matter. It'll go right to that same area. We are going to expand this first column. We're going to go to administrative template. We're going to go to network. We're going to go to landman workstation. And now, if you notice that enable insecure, it's hard to read. Okay, it'll say enable insecure guest login. So It's presently disabled. I'm going to double click. I'm going to enable it. I'm going to apply. I'm going to hit OK. Then the next one I need to do is we're going to have to go to, give me a second here. We're going to have to go to local security policy. So if we go to the, you can do it either way. You can go to your, if you hit left click on your start, if you click here and just type um, local security policy. Sometimes you don't have to type the whole thing. Once you see this, you're going to click on it. You're going to expand it to the right. We're going to go to local policy. Then we're going to go to security options. We're going to go all the way down until, okay, so here, let me move this over so you can see this area here. Okay, now what we're going to do is go all the way down to where it says users account control, run all administrators in admin approved mode. Right now I have it enabled, so we need to disable it. So if I double click, I hit disable, I hit apply. You see right here, it says you must restart your computer. So you hit OK, and then you can close this. You can close this, and now I'm going to restart the machine. All right. So now that we made those changes, I restarted the computer. Here's the folder for my wife's computer. I can access it. You notice there's two files there. I'm going to go to her other computer. I'm going to move those out of the hard drive, put it back into her desktop. And so now you see that everything's working. Same thing with my folder here. I can go in and let me copy something real small to it. So let's copy this over from her computer. I just copied that to this folder, and I can go ahead and delete it. Remember, it deletes it. When you delete it, you're deleting it, both of them. So that's working. Now there can be additional problems in your computer that your computer might be set up. So if you're getting another dialog box, which I'm about to show you, then you want to continue watching this. Otherwise, if you're good, then you can continue watching this, or you can watch my other videos. Okay, you should be okay by now, but just in case, if you're still having problems, one option that you might have to change, if you go to your start window, you click here and you just type local security policy. Sometimes this might give you a problem. So if it's giving you a problem, make sure you go to your local policy, go to, okay, let me expand it, go to security option. Then I want you to go to, you'll see the network access, okay, this area. There's going to be two of them. You want to make sure that, well, what I like to keep both of them disabled. So let me go in here and click disable, apply, hit OK, and yours can be enabled or disabled. I don't think it makes that much of a deal. I think it's when you're working with older computers. So let me make sure everything's working. So I'm going to close out of here. I'm going to double click on her hard drive. It's okay. I'm going to go into her computer. I'm going to open up my hard drive and it's working. So that really doesn't have an effect on the System 11, but I have had to change this in prior computers. So guys, thank you for watching my videos. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I know it's a long one, but there was a lot to discuss. I will see you on the next video.